up, peeps? Somebody was asking me for a video on sharpening stuff. So here's my attempt at it. I sharpen everything that I buy. Anything you buy from the box store is even if they've got a plastic cover on it, it's not going to be sharpened, or it's not going to be sharpened properly. I was looking for my old pot metal maul, and I think I must have scrapped it out, just to show you a difference between the tools. I actually don't buy any of these hand tools. You see all these hand striking tools, the axes and the hatchets specifically. I won't buy any of those from the box store, at least not in my area, not even from Ace anymore. Everything is coming out of Mexico pretty much, and it's what they call pot metal. This is probably the closest thing that I have to it, to pot metal. And it actually looks like a fairly decent hatchet. It's not as bad as some that I've seen, but one of the ways that you can tell the quality of the metal is this kind of casting here. A quality tool isn't gonna have this kind of sand blasted, bead blasted, pitted surface. This generally means that they hit it once or twice with a form and then spat it out and went from there. So what you want to look for is something like this, this council tool, and the only place you can get these is off the internet. These are hammer forged, quality hammer forged. The only problem that I had with these council tools is they grind them out rough as a corn cob. I mean, you can see that there. This is untouched, completely untouched. And then this side, I've actually started the process of polishing it, of getting these craters and valleys out. And the thing is that a polished tool will not rust as easily or as readily as an unpolished tool. And so basically what you want to do, the best thing you want to do if you want striking tools like this, flea markets, antique stores. I got this. This is a plum. I paid $5 from this. This is not the original handle. I paid $5 for this plum. This is the axe that I use to do almost all my splitting with. These things are selling for $35, $40, $50, upwards of $100 on eBay, of all places. I'm kind of shocked that people are even willing to pay that for them, when you can go to the Good Enough, No Need for Greed store and pay $5 for it. I got another plum hatchet in my truck. That is my favorite hatchet in the world. The thing has got a razor sharp edge on it when it's honed up, and it holds that edge. And that's the key, is all of these tools. Like this here, this I think is a true temper. Like I said, it's not quite horrible as the stuff that's coming out now. The key though is that this stuff is just cheap metal, and it hasn't been forged properly. It hasn't been beaten and folded and beaten and folded, which is what they're doing with these council tools. And so subsequently, they don't hold an edge. You put them into the work, and they stop splitting, or they stop working like you want them to, or you hit something else, and they mar up like crazy. So everything that comes out of this box store, I put an edge on. This is my favorite handmatic here. I think I got this from Lowe's. I don't know, DuraWorks, wherever that came from. My handmatic here, I love it. When you get it when you buy it new, and you say, oh, I've got a tool, I'm going to go to work, and you pick it up, and this surface right here is virtually blunt. And so you're not going to do anything with it. And so what I've done is I've taken my file, and I've filed a nice proper chisel grind on there. And yeah, I mean, because you've got to sharpen your tools if you want them to work properly. And then the key is to have a good file, and I use these Nicholson handy files. These are the absolute best file in the world. This thing is wore out. I'm trying to figure out here. I've got it filming right. This thing is wore out, so I went to Home Depot. Home Depot is the only box store, hardware store in my area that still sells Nicholson files. Nicholson files, they make the best files out there. So I went and I bought two. This is one of them. We'll get that opened up and we'll go to work with it. And then to show you that I sharpen everything, this is my garden hoe. I've had it for a long time, but you can see here that I screwed up and I sharpened it on the wrong face. So I'm actually going to take the grinder and I'm going to recut that off. I'm going to cut that bevel off so that the chisel is on the inside of the tool, so that when you're working with it, the outside edge is working properly. You know, it's cutting the weeds and the roots and the grass, and you know, scratching up the soil properly, and not on that bad angle. So, and then I'll show you. There's a tool. The tool that I'm going to sharpen is this garden spade. It's just an ordinary garden spade here, and then you can get an idea. Of the edge that it doesn't have on it, and so we'll figure something out, and we'll get that sharpened up properly. All right.